Hello again, and welcome to another Advance Wars 2 ROM hack. This is the Christmas map pack for 2022 by Kartal. He released this very recently, and I have not played all of the maps in this map pack, but I have played a couple, and I kind of like them, so I'm going to at least show those off for you guys, and maybe you can check out this ROM hack and play the rest of it yourselves. So the theme of this ROM hack is going to be reworked Advance Wars 2 missions. Kartal talks to me very often about what kinds of maps he doesn't like from Advance Wars 2, and after that playthrough I did, you guys know that I don't exactly like the hard mode of Advance Wars 2, so this should be pretty interesting, and there are a couple of gameplay changes as well. This first map is not a reworked Advance Wars 2 map. Well, actually it might be. It kind of resembles Border Skirmish, the first hard campaign map, but it really just exists to get you acquainted with the gameplay changes, which are not that many. Really, the only changes to the units is that missiles now have +1 movement, range, and vision, which is nice. And I also like the idea of this map being a sort of challenge to complete it in as few turns as possible, because apparently you can beat this in 2 turns. I've gotten very close, but I've only managed to destroy all but 1 unit in 2 turns. So, the way I do that is to move the rocket like so, put this B-copter here. There's a medium tank over here, and it's going to get hit by the rocket, so I want it as close as possible while not getting into the rocket's blind spot. And this tank, I think I'm going to let it come to me. That's probably the ideal strat. Anti-air can go here. These can go here. And I guess the tank, what does the tank do? Does it go... Probably just stays right there, as a matter of fact. I've tried this a couple of times, and I haven't managed to get it in... Oh, maybe that's the way you do it. The mech counterattack the tank. That's probably how it's done. Let's see if that works. This would be the first time I've ever done it that way, if it did work. Okay, destroy you. And... let's see here. Rocket's gotta shoot at the medium tank. I think if you get really, really lucky, you can destroy this without having to take another mech turn. But, maybe go for it with a mech first. Actually, I'm going to try and get the other units out of the way first, maybe. Double time activating is actually something that can happen, and it would probably be a huge advantage if it did. Okay, I'm gonna do this. And this too. Still no double time. Okay, now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this mainly to reduce as much luck as possible and hopefully finish off that tank. Because if I can do 60 with this, then it's over. I've gotten this in the number of turns that I have. Oh, if I get very lucky, I've got this. No, it didn't happen. Maybe the tank... attacks and no, if it retreats, then that would actually be really bad. Okay, now I'm not even gonna get it in 2 turns. I was 1 HP away from getting it in 2 turns. That's very unlucky. So of course this tank is gonna retreat, and it's gonna make my score even worse. But at least it went on the city. Well, that's a little bit funny, I guess. I'm sure there's a way to do that in 2 turns. Oh, come on, Flak, isn't that obvious? Oh yeah, the power scoring also changed. C rank, lovely. The way the power and technique score works is a little bit different this time around. Speed is still the number of turns you took to complete the mission, but power is now, you now have to destroy an arbitrary number of enemy units instead of the number of units you need to destroy depending on how much the enemy builds. So that's a little bit interesting. So, a bunch of missions opened up. You can play them in any order you want. There's 2 in Yellow Comet, there's 1 in the other countries, including Black Hole. But, since it is the Christmas season, I think it is best that we play the Blue Moon mission. It's a remake of Toy Box. Who didn't know how to use the map editor? And of course, we're playing as White-Bearded Olaf. Kartal really likes the white beard color for some reason. But it is how he was in the Japanese versions of the game, I think. Like, after Advance Wars 1. Well, even in Advance Wars 1, he had a white beard. Alright, so Toy Box has been changed. Okay, this is take 2 of Toy Box. This is apparently harder than I thought it was. I guess I got exceedingly lucky the first time. I got an S rank the first time I played this. I don't know what's going on. Well, at any rate, you can see that Toy Box has been made a little bit cleaner, I want to say. Like, not that I remember the original Toy Box or anything, but it certainly was a lot tighter. There were a lot less mountains. So, this looks like an improvement. I'm just going to capture these initial bases. The opening is not really that different from how you'd normally play it. Just capture stuff, and Lash will do the same. She's got that mech pre-deployed in the center. I don't really know why. Doesn't really seem to make a huge difference. But she does get that extra city. And the APC is there because, I don't know. Maybe she'll get some use out of it. I originally, in my first attempt, I bought an artillery on this turn. I'm gonna do infantry instead. Because I think I need the money for tanks if I want to go fast. Come to think of it, I should be able to view interesting info in the terms. Okay, so there's no, I guess there's no change to the power scoring in this map. Alright, so now I'm going to start making tanks. And it might seem like I'm spamming infantry, but that's actually going to be important, I think, to have this many foot soldiers. And that artillery is moving backwards. Interesting. Right, so something that's just a teensy bit unfortunate about this map is that it's vulnerable to the enemy freeze glitch. This mech is not going anywhere because it would move off the city, which would allow me to start capturing it. Now, on the other hand, the tank is going to be able to attack my capturing infantry. I should be building the tanks from up here, maybe. I mean, it probably doesn't make a difference. They still take 2 turns to get to the center. But as you can see, the mech will not move. And since we're fighting Lash, it's very important to stop her from getting to the highly defensible terrain. Because then she'd be able to make good use of her abilities. She's way more threatening in Advance Wars 2 than she was in DS. They nerfed her in DS, which I didn't think really made a lot of sense because it kind of makes her completely inferior to some of the other COs. Alright. Oh good, I'm actually able to capture that city. She got lucky on the previous attempt. So the artillery are getting closer, which means, gotta be careful with their firing range. Let's see. If I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I attack with this, yeah, I think this is probably the best play right now. Move over down here. Yeah, down here is fine. This mech is not moving, as I said. In fact, I could shoot at it right now. I did that to get rid of the low HP infantry by joining. I didn't want to leave a low HP infantry vulnerable to getting destroyed and ruining my technique score. I don't expect S ranks on any of these maps, by the way. I've really only played them a couple of times. So this is getting interesting. The enemy artilleries are getting closer. And I'll move this infantry back. Go there. And, I'm a little worried that this mech... Well, there's an enemy tank now, so that's one thing. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to finally get rid of this mech. Doing this. Then I can capture... Because I'm going to need tank reinforcements in there very quickly. Build an infantry here and a tank here. So you can see that my idea is to kind of go through the bottom of the map to get to the HQ. And that was very lucky. The mech did not fire at my tank. So I can... Yeah, Lash is making very good use of the choke points to set up artillery. So we can do this. I'm still out of artillery range, which is a good thing. And, I guess setting up like this is fine. I can shoot it. Oh, she built a rocket all the way up here. That's actually very good. on my previous attempt, she bought the rocket in the middle, and the time before that, it was here. So, that's actually a good position for the rocket. It's way far away from anything that it could potentially shoot at. Question is, what do I want to do with these mechs here? They're going to go for this infantry. Maybe I should finally retreat it. It's been holding this infantry in position with a freeze glitch. And, you know, again, you might question my very real abuse of the freeze glitch, but I just can't help it sometimes. I know it too well now to not use it. I said this in previous Advance Wars videos as well. Right. This is getting a little bit scary, though, because I have to do this. And, oh, whoops. I can repair this. Now, the trouble is, if these units decide that they want to move in, I might be in real trouble. So, I'll probably be fine, though. Let's play this way. And yeah, I've only been using, like, 2 different kinds of units this entire time. Maybe throwing an artillery in there would be beneficial and make it so that I can break through the infantry wall faster. But I don't know. No, I've lost a unit! There goes the perfect no casualties run. Alright, so I have a power now, but using it doesn't really make a lot of sense. You come back here. I want the infantry down here. Now she's really starting to spam mechs, so I think I'm going to try and push forward a little bit with these. I'm probably going to start losing a lot more units, but I feel confident about actually being able to beat the mission this time. And I don't know if I've pointed it out yet, but isn't it kind of silly to have a map called Toy Box when you're playing as a CO that's basically Russian Santa Claus? It's funny. Maybe there was a toy factory in Blue Moon after all. I just love how there's this crossover between the Santa Claus mythos and the Advanced Wars setting. Because I keep making jokes about it. Okay, moving on. I really got to get rid of the artillery now, so this unit can pull back. I don't really need a low HP tank that far in. At least that's one artillery out of the way. It can't do a huge amount of damage now. Join that up. Right, I probably need more tanks now. Well, one artillery is good. I feel like artillery are a unit that you might feel you can underestimate because it takes forever to actually set them up. If you play like I do. She's getting a superpower, which is really not good. I hope I can fire off my super first. But I should be able to. Yeah, there it is. I wish he said Merry Christmas or something there. That would be funny. Winter Fury. Okay, now I can push past the infantry. And I'll start capturing. It doesn't really make a difference. I'm not gonna finish capturing that, I think. Base block down here, very important. And just in case... Well, actually, I should block the mechs from attacking me. And this is very good. I've managed to minimize the amount of damage Lash can do to me with her super. I'll just get this infantry out of the way. I'm actually not sure how Lash's superpower interacts with snow, the movement reduction thing. Because she gets perfect movement when she uses her superpower. But does it apply in snow? I guess we will see. But with mostly indirects and her good units very far away from me, this should be alright. Although the rocket is going to move... the rocket is going to move in. No, it isn't. It was going to shoot at something anyways. So I've lost a lot of units, but can't really do much about it. I'm actually not going to finish capturing. Although, if this city has the lab map... I don't think there's lab maps in this ROM hack, but... I guess if that city has the lab map, that's important. Double terrain star is not going to do much when you have none to begin with, unfortunately. Yeah, at this point, I don't know if I'm going to have anywhere near an S rank. It's probably going to be like the worst rank ever. Maybe not as bad as in the previous map, but you know. Okay. Just need a couple more turns. I just have to hold them off at that little choke point at the bottom. I guess this APC is in repair mode because a mech loaded into it and then it just sat there. Very bizarre. Oh, I can destroy the rocket. Nice. And that's really all I can do on this turn besides build. I don't really know if I'm going to need more units. I mean, it's the last turn. There's nothing she can do at this point. 17 turns is going to be the clear time. I did not see what the time limit was, and she built another rocket, but like even then the infantry is in the blind spot. Let's try and get the power score up as much as possible. And that's probably all the power I can get. No, actually, no. The infantry cannot go on the mountain. I should have moved it closer, oh no. Well, that's gonna be it for this map. Let's see what the rank is. Mission complete. Give me something good. That's a perfect S rank? Really? That's a perfect rank? Well, okay. I don't know how I did that. Maybe that's my Christmas gift. Well, that'll do it for the first two maps of this ROM hack. That'll do it for the first two missions. See you guys later. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and see you for whatever I decide to do next. Later.